I'm so sorry. I think I'll be okay now for a while. I had a phone call, but I think I'll be okay for a while. Uh, it's 3-2 St. Louis over Chicago. And just to let you know where we left off at the very end. It was Ed Konechny. 212 left-handed, single 1-4, and that's a line out to short. No, you're so right about that, JC. And I have little control. I have no control over the market. I just want to see how badly off I am. And that's where the phone call came in. Bear with me. Well, it's not quite as bad as I thought. And now we're back in live action. Heine Zimmerman is due up. It's and I'm going to wait for maybe a few more people who would be kind enough to join us here for the continuation of this ball game. This has to be one of my most drawn out, impeded games that I've ever played, and I apologize. I'll let you know what I've been going through when it's safe to do so. It's an event going on in my life that is overwhelming. Okay, here's Roy Golden now, top of the fourth, 3-2 St. Louis. Heine Zimmerman at the plate. The pitch to Heine, 3-7, right-handed, flies it to center. And that's for Rebel Oaks. Makes the catch, 1 out. Now Joe Tinker is the batter. 4-7, right-handed, walked him. So Tinker is on. 1-15, 1-16. Being held 1-14 for Jimmy Archer. We're gonna go for the steal. We're being daring today. He gets the lead on a 2-8 and 12. Picked off. We're not going to go for the lead. I'm going to take that back. After reading it, now here's Archer. And that's allowed to say you're going to go for the lead, and then to look, because you didn't look closely enough, and then withdraw it. Now here's Archer. We already did the havoc roll. That's 4-5 right-handed, grounds it to short X. That'll be Hauser 364. That's gonna go through 1 3-base hit, 2 asteroids. So it's first and third, 1 out for the pitcher. And we're gonna have the infield back looking for the double play to end this inning. Pitch to Feister, 6-6, right-handed. Walked him. My goodness, Golden has reloaded him. His first endurance is the 5th. And now Johnny Evers comes up. Infield is back. Pitch to Evers. 4-11. Left-handed, that's a ground ball to first, double play. And that will end the inning. Bases loaded. A. So it's no runs, 1 hit, 2 walks, and 2 left. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. Here's Feister now. His first endurance is the 8th, but he only went 4+ innings. Steve Evans leads it off. Two. Left-handed, grounds it back to Feister, and he throws it to first, 1 out. And here's Bresnahan. Four right-handed, grounds it to third X. That's for Heine. 265. 22 throws him out. 2 outs. And here's Rebel Oaks. The pitch from Feister. 3-9 left-handed, grounds it to first, and Chance takes it to the bag, and the side is retired. Top of the 5th. Was I using Feister? I hope I was using Golden. I hope I was using Feister. Shows you how preoccupied I am. Yeah, I was. Here's Golden now. Top of the 5th. Jimmy Shekhard is the batter. This is Golden's first endurance inning. That's going to be 2-4 right-handed, pops it up behind the plate for Bresnahan. He makes the catch, 1 away. Now Al Kaiser grounded into a double and got hit by a pitch. Five right-handed, struck him out. Second strikeout for Golden. And Frank Chance, the batter. Here's Golden. 2-7 right-handed, walked him. Chance has walked 3 times today. 1 to 18, 1 to 19, 1 to 17 with the hold. Wildfire Schulte at the plate. We're gonna just let Schulte swing away here. 6-6 left-handed walked him. And now Golden is one hit. He is one hit or walk away from fatigue. Testing the sound after the robocall. Testing. Testing. Orly Weaver pitched in this game in real world. He had a 5.30 ERA. Wow. I may go with Fred Toney instead in this close ball game. But we'll make our pick when that time comes. Orly eventually was traded to the Braves. First on second, 2 outs. Here's Heine now. That's a possible balk or pass ball on Heine. That's a possible balk. He has a balk rating of 1. He's already thrown one balk, had one balk, but not this time. Here's the pitch to Heine. 6'10", right-handed, flies it to center X. That's going to be for Rebel Oaks, 217. 12-2, that's going to be an E17 roll. E17-5. Oh boy, 2-base error by Rebel Oaks, and that's an unearned run as Chance scores. No fault of Golden's. Heine on second, Schulte on third, 2 outs. Joe Tinker, the batter. Here's the pitch to Tinker. 212 right-handed. There's a clutch situation reversal, pops it up. We'll call it to first base, and the side is retired. Joe Tinker with a 212 right-handed clutch reversal. But 1 run scores, and it's a tie ball game. And Roy Golden gets out of that maintaining endurance. We move to the bottom of the 5th. Wally Smith leads it off. Smith reached on the error by Feister and scored on the triple, the 3-run triple. Here's the pitch, 5-6, right-handed, struck him out. Third strikeout for Feister, and he's retired 8 in order. Now here's Roy Golden. .65, right-handed, grounds to short X. Tinker 160. 13-1, throws him out. 2 away. And here's Arnold Hauser. .411, right-handed, struck him out. 4th strikeout for Feister, and a 1-2-3 inning. We move to the top of the 6th. Kathy Harden says, Rebel Oaks is making me think of Civil War, and then to why did the South have plantations instead of family farms like the Midwest and the North? Oh yeah. Yeah. And just to think, we were only 46 years after the Civil War. 46 years ago. A lot of people, there were people, quite a few people, I don't know how many, but you know, someone who was, say, let's say 20 during the Civil War, was 65 years old. And even people younger in their late 50s or so, with maybe children, and remember the Civil War. What a time. Roy Golden, in his second endurance inning, he has 2 walks against him in his first endurance inning. And Jimmy Archer. I tell you, Kathy, that's a big question. I guess your question is, why was there slavery at all? And I think a lot of it has to do with, there was slavery all over the country, but most of it was in the South. I'm no expert, but cotton was king. We exported a lot of cotton, and the South, a lot of it was cultural and political. We adopted slavery. We didn't start it here on this continent. It was started, I believe, by the Dutch, but we sure. Oh, the idea of slavery is just completely mind-boggling. You're right about that, Joel, and I think about it, and I think, Lord, this country was born for about 80 to 90 years before the problem came up. It was brewing. The problem was brewing for a decade, simmering. And then when Lincoln won the election, that's when South Carolina became the first nation to secede, and then others followed. And before his inauguration, there was already a new country. If you want to think of that, that boggles my mind. The CSA, the Confederate States of America. is a great book called Slavery by Another Name, and it's about Reconstruction and the decades that immediately followed the end of the Civil War, where many states basically made black life illegal, and they were incarcerated for things like looking at a white woman, you know. Slavery by Another Name. I strongly recommend it. There's also a documentary on it. Slavery by Another Name. Okay, here's Archer facing Golden. The pitch to Archer, 3-8 right-handed, struck him out. Golden looking to refresh his endurance. That's his second strikeout. Here's Feister now. It is relatively recent history. Kind of blows my mind. I'm a JFK enthusiast, interested in his history and assassination, and I think to myself, when he was president, it was only 100 years ago. I guess to people that seemed like a long time. And now we're talking 160 years ago. Which seems a little longer, but unbelievable. Well, here's Feister now. At the plate, 5-6 right-handed. Struck him out, Golden, with his third strikeout. And here's Johnny Evers. Evers is 0 for 3. 5-7 left-handed, single 1-12, 13, lines to second, caught by Smith. So Golden has refreshed his endurance here with a 1-2-3 inning. I have coffee submerged again. And unfortunately, I got behind on my ice cubes. I'm just going to have to wait on that a bit. We move now to the bottom of the 6th, and it's Feister. Here's Rubelis. (1-9) left-handed, grounds it to first, and Chance takes it to the bag, 1 out. Now Mike Mowry, the batter. I'm sorry. Konechi. That was Ellis. Mowry is the batter now. 6-5 right-handed, grounds it to short X. That'll be for Tinker, 160. How do you like that? 160. 16-1 throws him out. And now Ed Konechi. Konechi 0 for 2. Fortunately, my cold feels a little better. One, 2 left-handed, grounds it to second. And Evers throws it to Chance, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for both pitchers there in the sixth. And I'd say we're still a divided country. The map is kind of similar. The red and blue states, as they refer to them. And if you look at the Civil War map and the red and blue states, it has an eerie resemblance. And there's a lot of people in the South, I don't want to criticize anybody who may be here, but people who fly the flag, laud generals from the Confederacy and so forth, and they call it heritage, which is a euphemism. Kathy notes that Gone with the Wind really whitewashed the Civil War, and a lot of people believed it was mostly true. Okay, top of the seventh. It's Roy Golden on the mound now. In his third endurance inning with full endurance. Just to think as an example, it was almost 80 years after the Civil War until Major League Baseball allowed a black player in the league, or had a black player. It was an unwritten rule not to, and Branch Rickey broke that rule. And Cap Anson deserves a lot of credit for, heritage equals racism. When used in the context, right, of the Civil War, a euphemism for racism, right? I mean, I imagine this heritage has to do with cultural background, even, things like that, which are not necessarily associated with racism or bigotry. 80 years. And there was baseball during the Civil War, believe it or not. If you do a search on Google and YouTube, you can pick up on it. Okay, top of the seventh, Shekhard facing Golden. We're all tied at 3. That's 1-9 right-handed. He grounds it to second. And Smith throws him out, 1 away. John McGraw tried to get a black player on his team and pass him off as Native American. And when others caught on to it, they said no. So we got to give John McGraw some credit. There were Native Americans, I believe. Either those who descended from Native Americans and therefore were Native Americans, or partial Native Americans who played in this era. Here's Kaiser. Golden, the windup. 6'11", right-handed, ballpark slash. 1-15, that's a 20. Line to short, 2 away. And now now Frank Chance, the batter. That's 2-7. Walked him. Chance has walked 4 times today. Scored twice. And again, I'm not sure they're going to hold him, but I'm not sure I want to even bother with Wildfire Schulte. Oh yeah, they got their name, the Indians, sure. You know, that's midlife. I'll tell you something. Let me just get through here with Schulte. It's a possible wild pitch. He's a 1-11. Golden has one already. And it is another wild pitch by Golden. He's got 2 today. Pitch to Schulte. That's a re-roll. Boy, that thing was just sitting on the corner there. I got something to say about that, midlife. 3-9 right-handed, grounds it to short. And Hauser makes the play, and the side is retired. So we got a ball game here. There were ethnic groups, religious groups, racial groups that were used by teams in all sports, I think. I'm not sure that there's anything terribly wrong with the Montreal Canadiens. And we're going to take a little break for a 7th inning stretch. I'm not sure that that's as bad. You know, Montreal Canadiens, you had teams called Americans, but in our lifetime we had the Cleveland Indians, and ironically it turns out that it's more appropriate to refer to those people as Native Americans. So it was like a double error. You know, Louis Sakalexis, I don't know who that was. You're more than free to share that. But we had the Atlanta Braves, okay? And they're still the Atlanta Braves. I think they plan to change it for next season, 2026, but I'm not certain. The Washington Redskins. You know, just think about it. That would be like you can call a team the New York Whiteskins or the Brownskins or the Blackskins. When you go with Native Americans, that's a race. Cleveland Indians, that's a race. The New York Caucasians. They used to be the Indians, yeah. How about that? The New York Caucasians. I don't think there was any team that. There was the New York Jews. And there's a great website that goes through this. If I can find it, I'm gonna post it here. I don't think, look, the Cleveland Indians dropped their name to the Guardians. I can't find the the website. Maybe this is it. No. I wish I could find it. Oh, here we go. Oh God, this is in a firewall. Christ. Here it is. Let me post the link. Yeah, I think it is. I'm not sure if it's... I want to invite you all to look at this. Timeline, a century of racist sports teams' names, and it goes right down the list. New York, and these are all documented. The New York Jews, the San Francisco, this is really bad, Chinamen, the Cleveland Indians, Washington Redskins, the Miami, Ohio University Redskins became the Red Hawks. But they're going to go through all the history there, and I think that's a page worth looking at. Duluth Eskimos, the Zulu Cannibal Giants. How do you like that? I don't know where Zulu was. And, you know, it's part of social evolution. Oh, okay, midlife. I'm going to take a break for 2 or 3 minutes. I'll be back. It's a 3-3 ball game. And this is the Strat-O-Matic network. By the way, just as a footnote to that discussion, uh, I knew a guy who was a big Washington, I'm not friendly with him anymore, and this didn't help. Uh, he insisted there was nothing wrong with the team name for the Washington Redskins, or the Cleveland Indians, or the Atlanta Braves. Uh, and he was white. And I said, how would you feel if there was a team called the New York Caucasians? Because it's the same thing. It's calling them by those names is tantamount to that. And he would never answer me. But my guess would be that he would say that's all right too. And Midlife Crisis notes, the owner of Boston, was a prominent member of Tammany Hall in New York. An Indian chief was their symbol, and they were often referred to as Braves. He changed the name of Boston to the Braves to get under the skin of the Boston politicians. And I was just thinking as I was out there that they could change the mascot to a United States Patriot, because home of the brave from the Star-Spangled Banner. But I'm afraid that Braves is too embedded, too entrenched in the Native American metaphor for that to work. So it'll be interesting to see. And by the way, on this note, I got to tell you, I've had debates, arguments with people, and they say, well, what about all the college names? You know, I'm sure college football teams, the Seminoles. Now, a Seminole is a nation, an Indian, Native American nation, but I think too many people don't understand that there were multiple nations in Native America. They said, well, what about street names named after Native Americans? And I say, change it. What about the names of towns? There are towns and cities all across the country still with these names. I'm waiting for the ice. That's a pretty interesting thing, midlife, to pick up on. And Midlife Crisis says, I often thought and still think that Washington should have been called the Washington Warriors and just got back to the old logo with the R and a feather. But the feather also, you know. A W, yeah. Do they even have a team name now, or are they called the Washington Football Team now? That's what I think I heard. They haven't come up with a name yet, have they? The Guardians seems like a strange name. Oh, the Commanders, that's right. Okay, we're heading to the bottom of the seventh. And Feister, whose first endurance is the eighth, will face the middle of this St. Louis lineup. Steve Evans leads it off. Here's the pitch, 2-9. Left-handed, struck him out. That's 14 in a row for Feister. And yes, we're playing a league here, 1911, which prohibited black people from playing in it, and we understand that, and we, rather than just play along, and I like to highlight it. I like to underscore the fact that this was a color barrier here, right up until, you know, like I was thinking in Strat-O-Matic had 41, you know, they have the 34 cards, they have, you know, lots of teams, 1924 season, and I have one already, 1911. Anything I would get would be 1947 and on. And then you had, I think, 2 or 3 players. Jackie Robinson was the first, but I believe that Larry Doby came in toward the middle or end of the season. And I think there was a third black player in 47. Still not enough diversity. Okay, Bresnahan at the plate. I mean, I don't even understand what Guardians means. I'm sure I could find it out. 4-6 right-handed walk, Bresnahan. So Bresnahan is on. A 1-15 stealing. 1-11 with Feister not being held. Rebel Oaks. The pitch to Oaks. 6-9. Left-handed double 1-17. It's a base hit. 2 asteroids. First and third, 1 out, and here's Wally Smith. Infield back for the double. Actually, I think we'll bring the infield in here. That's a possible balk or passed ball. It's a possible passed ball by Archer. And I think you get a lot of passed balls with these people. Archer's passed ball. No, he's only at 2. Nope. Okay, pitch to Smith. Oh, the statues at a prominent bridge to welcome you to Cleveland. Yeah, I heard that. That rings a bell. They had always been referred to as Guardians. I guess that's not so bad. 3-8 left-handed, pops it up to short for Tinker, 2 outs. And Golden will hit. .53, right-handed, flies it to left X. Check card 114, out and left. That's a 5-1, makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Three ball game. Top of the 8th now. And Golden takes the mound. Here's Heine Zimmerman. Golden into his windup. The pitch to Heine, 5-6, right-handed, struck him out. So both pitchers have really pitched very good innings here in the middle innings. As we move into the late innings, Joe Tinker, the batter, singled, walked, and popped to first. And the pitch 4-4, right-handed, grounds it to short X. That's going to be Hauser, 364. 19-3 throws him out. And here's Jimmy Archer. I'm ready to do the other stuff, Kathy. Just all shit to the wind. What's the expression? Something to the wind. Something torpedoes. Pitch to Archer, 1-7. Let me at least wait till afternoon. Base hit. A 2-out single. And Feister will hit. One 7 struck him out, and that's the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Damn the torpedoes, full steam ahead, Kathy. Afternoon. It's 11:48, and I have ice, and I'll sip on iced coffee. Well, here's Feister now in his first endurance inning. And Arnold Hauser leads it off. He's 0 for 3. Throw caution to the wind. Is that it? 4-8, right-handed base hit. Hauser. Hauser is on. 1-15, Feister, 1-11. Feister with Archer in the battery. Hauser not being held. Here's Rubelas. He's got the lead. 1-11. Pitch to Rubelas. Sounds like a disease. Rubelas, 4-8. Base hits, Rubelas. Hauser rounds second, goes to third. And now Feister suddenly one hitter walk away from fatigue. There is action. I don't know that they had bullpens. Maybe they warmed up on the sidelines. Steele and Loudermilk pitched in this game, real world. How do you like that for a name? Lou Loudermilk. Or Lodermilk. And Bill Steele. Loudermilk. I like my milk quiet. This is Loudermilk. left-hander steal right-hander. That may come into play to see who we might bring in if necessary. Here's Mike Mowry. Now the infield is playing it in. Pitch to Mowry. 6-8 right-handed, flies it to left. That'll be deep enough for Hauser to tag, and that makes it a 4-3 game. Feister still with endurance. 1 out now. Rubelis. 1-11. Not being held. Here's Konechi. The pitch to Konechi. That's 4-5 right-handed, struck him out. He has not reached into fatigue yet. 6 strikeout. If he gets, this is his first endurance inning. If he gets Evans, he maintains endurance. Pitch to Evans. 2-6 left-handed, fly to center, and Kaiser gets under it, and the side is retired. 1 run though, and coming out is Roy Golden for the win. Roy Golden with a record of 1-0, looking for his second victory. It'll be the top of this order for Chicago. Johnny Evers leads it off. .310 right-handed, flies it to left. Under it is Ellis. 1 out. And here's Jimmy Sheckard. .311 ballpark slash. Left-hander 1-6, line to second, 2 outs. Again, the Cubs won this 9-5 real world. Now the Cardinals leading here 4-3, and it's all up to Kaiser. And the pitch 3-8 right-handed, pops it up to third, should end the ball game. Mowry makes the catch, and the game is over. I'll have my recap in just a minute. The final is St. Louis 4, Chicago 3. So that just does it about this ball game. I enjoyed the conversation. The final is St. Louis 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors. Chicago Cubs 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 error. I'm starting to like this 1911 again. Golden gets the win. I'm gonna input this. Fortunately for this replay, I'm only keeping standings and pitchers' records. That's the way it was when I started. The Cardinals got 3 runs in the second with 2 outs on the bases clearing triple by the pitcher, Roy Golden, who I would suggest should be player of the game. All those runs were unearned. But of course, you're free to make your choice. And it was tied up 3-3 up until the bottom of the ninth. And the winner, it was the single by Hauser. Then Ellis singled, sending Hauser to third. And then Mowry knocked in what would be the winning run with a sacrifice fly. And entering this is so easy due to the lack of statistics that I use. I think throw caution into the wind is another expression, which means not just go ahead and do your thing without, despite the risk, despite the danger or hazards. Only one sheet I have here. Gonna enter this. That's gonna be Chicago with the loss. They're 3-4 now. I'll put them 2.5 out. Oh, shit. And St. Louis with the win puts them 3-4. Again, I did that. 5, 10, 17, 25, 27. 1, 2, 10, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 27. This was game 51. 20, 40, 51 it is. And then all we have to do is put in the wins and losses for the pitchers. I just don't have time. Or so I said when I started this replay. The loss goes to Feister. He's 1-1. Thanks a lot, Kathy. I'm gonna get some food and then I'm gonna probably do some more ball. Otherwise, I'm just gonna sit here and worry. Feister now 1-1 and Golden 2-0. Now I'll email this to myself. And there it goes. Thank you all for being here, and I'll catch you next time.